I think we need to bring back gatekeeping, and the reason why is because Slime Season 3 has been under fire for the dumbest reason possible. For being boring, or at least that's what a lot of people want you to think. Because if you haven't seen how I reincarnated as a slime, let me catch you up to speed. Season 1 is basically introducing you to this world. It is a fantasy story slash isekai about this guy who dies in his past life and is reincarnated as a slime. Pretty self-explanatory there. And through his journey, he ends up establishing this village that grows into a community and then a kingdom. And what I love about Slime is its main premise is about Rimuru, our main character, building a kingdom and establishing himself as its leader and really building a paradise for everyone. Monsters, humans, and everything in between. That was the premise set up, and Season 2 definitely delves more into that by introducing a war. And what happens when you sort of bring this type of ideology in a world where there's a lot of people and a lot of factions who don't want that. And you get to see a big conflict unfold, and eventually, after this big war takes place, the victors are, of course, the main character, Rimuru, and his kingdom. Now that concludes the end of Season 2, and this is just minor spoilers. I didn't go into specifics in case you want to watch, but basically going into Season 3, it's following the outcome and the aftermath of the war, what it means for the kingdom and Rimuru, and what it means for the story going forward. And it's setting up basically what could happen as a result of him winning. Does it lead to more conflicts, or does it lead to an era of peace and treaties and compromises? Well, we're gonna have to see. But currently, the show is taking its time to establish it through meetings and conversations and building these connections and relationships. And yes, there isn't a focus on action at this point in the story. Like in the beginning of Season 2, it was kind of the same way, where it was a lot of talking and setup because they knew that a lot of the action was going to be taking place later on in the story. However, a lot of people who are shonen junkies or normies have this weird mentality with them when they come into these types of shows. And I don't know what they were thinking, because I've just been seeing these comments pop up more lately with Slime out of every show, which is, man, this show is boring. Man, this show is slow. Man, exposition dumps. I don't want to listen to any of this. Let's just get into the action. And my response to that is, let them cook. Why? Why do we need to rush into something after a major conflict? If anything, you need to sort of explain what happens and sort of transition into the next big event that is going on, because there were huge developments at the end of Season 2 that we need to be further explained and flushed out. And the fact that we didn't get that with a lot of other shows that definitely needed it because they wanted mindless action is what I think makes Slime stand above the rest, is its ability to take the time to explain it and get into the nitty gritty. And I can't believe I said that, but we're gonna keep going. The point is that Slime is the show that is very misunderstood. And I'm not saying misunderstood by true fans, because a lot of true fans are echoing the same thing I am. We all understand that this is the type of show Slime is, and we love it for it. Slime is amazing. It will always be amazing. And going forward into Season 3, it looks like it's just going to be ramping up into an amazing next big event that is going to conclude Season 3. But there is infiltrators. There are people who I think don't understand Slime, that aren't really fans of it. They just maybe saw a clip online which was an action sequence within Slime that was really cool, and thought the entirety of the show was going to be like that. Like, you know, something out of Demon Slayer where it was non-stop action, or for example, Jujutsu Kaisen where it was non-stop action. Slime doesn't work like that, and a lot of anime don't. And that's why I kind of want to advocate for gatekeeping in a sense, or at least changing the conversation when it comes to these types of shows. Because yes, is it a valid complaint to say, yes, Slime does talk a lot? Is there a lot of exposition along with the show? Yes. But does that make it really bad? Because Slime sometimes does have action. It does have these great moments, and it knows that, you know, sometimes you have to take a step back to explain what is going on, because if you just see that mindless action without any explanation, you're gonna get lost. And I feel like a lot of people have forgotten that sometimes shows can take different approaches. And not all fantasy shows are mindless action. Not all action shows, have to have just action. And yeah, I guess that's just the main bulk of it. I just wanted to quickly share my thoughts because it's been really irritating me recently with just the rise of just dumb complaints when it comes to these great shows. And I think all these complaints against Slime are unfounded and really drag down the show. Because if you just want mindless action, watch Re-Monster, because Re-Monster is also airing, and that's just straight action. It's also an isekai. There's also a couple other isekais that are out that I know are just pure action, so just watch those. If you want the overpowered protagonist who just does stuff, just keeps fighting, just watch those shows. I don't see the pressing matter that Slime has to fit this mold that it was never set up to accomplish in the first place, as well as just, I guess, fling these lousy, flimsy excuses for why Slime has fallen off. That's the best way I could put it. So yeah, that's just pretty much the video. I may have just clickbaited you if you just saw the thumbnail and clicked on it. I really just wanted to address my thoughts on Slime because I've just been seeing all these unsavory comments, and I love Slime and I want to defend it. And I will say I told you so to all those haters who are going to be disagreeing with me, because I think very, very soon, within the next couple episodes, we're actually going to get ramped up in terms of the action, and you're going to be back saying, oh yeah, Slime was great. And I'm going to be like, you should have waited. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get that off my chest because I just feel bad when, shows get unnecessary criticism. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And thanks for watching.